I'm 87 years old now. My hands shake a little when I hold this cup. My voice isn't as strong as it used to be. And most days, the house is very quiet. People think silence is peaceful, but silence feels different when it's filled with things you wish you had said, and moments you wish you had lived. Today, I'm not here to motivate you. I'm not here to impress you. I'm here because I've reached the end of my life. And there's a truth I wish someone had told me earlier. I ignored my family for success, and it cost me more than I ever imagined. When I was young, I was full of energy and ambition. I wanted more than what I grew up with. More money, more respect, more security. I believed success would fix everything. I believed if I worked harder today, life would become easier tomorrow. So I chased tomorrow. Every single day, I told myself I was being responsible, that I was providing, that sacrifices were necessary. And every time my family needed me, I told myself, just a little later. I still remember those early years, coming home late at night, the lights already dim, dinner cold on the table. My wife would look at me and smile. Anyway, not because she was happy, but because she didn't want to complain. My children would already be asleep. Sometimes I'd stand by their door for a moment, watching them breathe, telling myself I'd spend time with them tomorrow. Tomorrow came, and I postponed them again. I missed school events. I missed birthdays, missed ordinary evenings that I thought were unimportant. I told myself, they won't remember this. I told myself, once I succeed, I'll make it up to them. But life doesn't work like that. Children don't remember the gifts you buy them. They remember whether you were there. And I wasn't. At the time. I felt important. People at work needed me. They called me. They praised. My success feeds your ego quietly. It makes you feel necessary. Your family doesn't do that. They don't clap when you walk into the room. They don't congratulate you for being present. They just want you to sit with them. To listen. To care. And because that kind of love is silent, I ignored it. I used to think I had time. Thought life moved slowly. I thought children would always stay children. I thought my wife would always wait. I didn't understand how fast years disappear. Day my son stopped asking me to play with him. I didn't notice. One day my daughter stopped telling me about her day. I didn't notice. One day my wife stopped reminding me to come home early. I still didn't notice. I was too busy chasing something that never stops running. That's something no one tells you. Success has no finish line. There's always another goal. Another promotion. Another achievement. And if you're not careful, it takes everything from you while convincing you that you're winning. Years passed. My children grew taller and older. Than distant. They were polite with me, respectful, but they weren't close. They didn't come to me with their fears. They didn't share their dreams. Had become someone who lived in the same house, but not in their world. I remember one night very clearly. I came home late again. The house was dark. My wife was sitting alone at the table. She looked tired. She didn't argue. She didn't cry. She just said quietly, "They won't be this age forever." I nodded. I agreed. And the next day, I did the same thing again. That's another painful truth. Understanding something doesn't mean you'll change. Change requires courage, and I didn't have enough. Eventually, success arrived. I earned well. People respected me. I felt proud when others spoke my name, but something felt empty. I had everything I worked for, except the people I worked for. My children left home. They built their own lives. They had their own responsibilities. We spoke occasionally. Short conversations, formal words. They didn't blame me, but distance doesn't need blame to exist. Distance grows naturally when presence is missing. Now, at this age, I understand something clearly. Money can build comfort, but it cannot build connection. Money can buy gifts, but it cannot replace time. Money can impress strangers, but it means nothing to the people who needed you when they were small. I sit here now with a quiet phone. Sometimes I scroll through old photos, smiles frozen in time. I look happy in those pictures. Successful. But I know the truth behind them. I know how many moments happened just outside the frame. Moments I wasn't part of. Regret is a strange thing. It doesn't scream. It whispers.
It comes late at night. It sits beside you when no one else is around. It asks simple questions. Why weren't you there? Why did you think you had more time? Why did you choose work over people who loved you? And there are no good answers. If I could go back, I wouldn't chase less success. I would chase balance. I wouldn't ignore my dreams. I wouldn't ignore my family either. I would understand that success without love is a very lonely achievement. If you're listening to this right now, if you're busy, if you're tired, if you keep telling yourself, later, please stop for a moment. Look around. Notice who is waiting for you. Notice who wants your attention without asking loudly. One day, they will stop asking. And that day comes faster than you think. Your job will survive. Without you. Your company will replace you, but your children will only be young. Once. Your partner will only wait so long. Life doesn't reward effort alone. It rewards presence. I learned this lesson. At the end of my life, you don't have to choose your people while you still have the chance, because one day you'll have all the time in the world, and you'll realize time was never the problem. I was. This is my truth. I hope you hear it early. Learn it now, before you regret it. AI reply.